Welcome everybody back to Nine's Corner. I hope you're doing well, feeling well. Congratulations to Kamala Harris, the new VP with Joe Biden. We said she was going to become the VP and she did. Yay. So I have a few little things I'm going to talk about in the beginning. First, I wanted to give a shout out to Psychic Violetta. She did mention me in her last video and she called me Nina, but that's okay. I'll take it anyway. She's the godmother. I wanted to send out for Norma. I will be coming through Red Deer again, and I will come to visit you. And Bob, you thought I wouldn't give you a shout out. I thank you for your email. I have a card sent off to you. And to Scott Allen, I am so sincerely sorry that your father has coronavirus. I'm sorry that your family's being impacted. You are in my thoughts, you are in my prayers, and I promise I have lit a candle for you and your family to have good health. And I'm sure everybody will join me in sending positive prayers your way. So with all that said, I thought let's have a look and see what are the next, no, not 6 months. Let's look at the next 3 months between now and the election. How are things going to be for Kamala Harris? Okay, first card up, we have the Three of Swords. So it's almost like delays, doubts, possible separation. Okay, so we're going to have to just get into the cards and see how this is going to flow, because I was not expecting to see the Three of Swords first card out. So there's going to be doubts, delays, some kind of confusion's going to be, but after the confusion will come renewal. So the second card out is the Page of Swords. So here we're looking at spying, secret service, examination, authority. So something to do with authority is going to cause pain. Underneath we have confusion, anguish. On top, we have the Emperor. So in her thoughts, what her worry is, she's thinking about the Emperor. The Emperor is usually, a man of distinction, a great person. And I'm thinking that this is Joe Biden. So she's thinking about Joe Biden. In the past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So here, I think this is representing Kamala herself. This is almost like, I feel like her past is going to guide her future. And this is almost like she's had moments where she has spoken up. And I believe that this is just showing that she does have the strength, the willpower, the ability, but she's cautious. And I think there's something happening here that's kind of, we said something crazy is going to happen, and I just feel this little bit of it. So in the future, she's going to be planning, she's going to be trying to resolve the current issues, or whatever the issues are going to be coming up to her. Could this be planning on trying to find another person to be VP while she runs for president? Like, I don't understand, because I don't So we have the Hierophant. So she feels like she's somewhat in the dark. It's almost like she had this plan, she became the VP, and then between now and the election, something happened that throws a curve at her. The people around her are admiring her, and the more time that goes on, yes, Trump is going to go after her. Yes, the Republicans are going to go after her, but I feel as though there's going to be a support around her that she wasn't even expecting. I have the Lovers upside down, so it's almost like there's going to be some kind of choice, some kind of major choice that's going to be facing her, the breakup of a union, and basically having to try to look around and figure out, okay, something really big just occurred, and what's my next step? The end card, we have the King of Swords upside down. So who is the King of Swords? Is the King of Swords upside down? Does something happen to Joe Biden? Is something going to happen to Joe Biden? Is something going to happen that's going to interrupt? Is he going to have a health issue? Okay. You know what? Let's get these cards shuffled again. And let's ask, is Joe Biden okay? Is Joe Biden going to make it to the election with Kamala Harris as his VP? Will Joe Biden make it to the election with Kamala Harris as his VP? Okay, so we have the Hermit. So I think he's feeling some isolation. I think he's feeling some need to withdraw and to go inwardly. I think there's something happening. I don't know if it's his health, if there's some kind of issue with him, because then right after that we have the World, which is the end of a cycle, completion, but it's also a major card, so it is going to be a major event. And then we have the Hierophant. So this is almost like there's going to be somebody who's going to be needing to speak to him, to give him advice, because there's something happening. There's something that's going to cause some upset, some kind of delay when it comes to Joe Biden as president, as running for president, for Kamala Harris, sorry guys. From her cards, it looks like she's going to be having to deal with something. So something's on the horizon. Okay, so let's just look and see what is going on with Jared Kushner and Kanye West. Are they going to be pushing for Kanye to get on some of the ballots just to try to cause upset? Like, is that what their purpose is? Because it's so silly. It's just too much. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at, Four of Swords. So we're looking at retreat. I think that they've come to the realization that it's almost like Kanye has isolated himself and he's easily influenced. I think Jared Kushner went there in the guise of being friendly with sinister plans behind it. So I think the retreat is actually referring to where Kanye was. Then we're looking at the Queen of Cups. This is Kim. She's keeping her emotions, her thoughts undercover. I think she's aware that what they're into is absolutely crazy, and she, but it's almost like her world and her life has been so crazy. It's just normal. But then the end result is having the Four of Cups, which is an offer that they're not willing or not wishing to have. It's almost like they got themselves into this, or more, Kanye got himself into this, and now it's like the results of it, he's not thinking rationally. And Kim is she's not speaking up. She's not letting out her emotions. She's not speaking up for her man when it comes to this, because whatever it is, there's some kind of offer. It's not what they want, but there's more to it. I mean, this is mind-blowing, like, to think that Kanye West is having dealings with the President of the United States to affect the election. Which brings us to our next question. What is going to happen with the post office? Because we've talked about that before and said, there's going to be some worry there. So let's just see. Let's just pull a couple of cards and see. Are they going to be successful in hurting the vote when it comes to mail-in voting? And did you know that Kamala Harris actually lived in Canada? I was reading an article out of the Montreal, I think it was the Montreal Gazette. Anyway, it's a paper here in Montreal, Quebec. And it said that Camilla's mother came here for work, and they were here for about 4 years. And she actually did her high school here. And some of her classmates said that they truly believe that having lived in Canada for those 4 years and seeing how our healthcare is, that she's going to push for universal healthcare for the United States. So I thought that was a lovely story. And plus, I don't know if you guys would be hearing Canadian stories in the US, but you guys deserve it. Everybody deserves the right to have basic health care. Okay, so let's have a look, guys. What's going to happen with the post office? Temperance, they're going to be trying to slow things down. They're going to be pushing people and trying to cause the end of it. So here we are. We're looking at them purposefully trying to slow things down. People are going to try to push back, but it's almost like there's so many parcels that have been built up from the past that they just can't catch up. And yes, this is going to affect the election. Will it affect it? It's going to cause a lot of arguing, fighting. You're looking at the Fool. It's almost like they just, at this point, they don't care. They have nothing to lose. They're going to take all the risks they can. He's still going to walk away. Trump is still going to walk away. He's not going to get the election, but boy, is he going to do his best to interfere. And yes, he is going after the postal, and yes, the postal will have issues. It almost feels like there's this perfect storm brewing, and it's not going to be this one thing that's going to affect. It's going to be like Donald Trump is going to try to stop the election. He's going to try to delay the election. He's going to go after the post office. He's going to go after an October surprise. It's just going to be one thing after the other after the other. So it's not going to be one thing. It's going to be a bunch of a whole lot of things that are going to blow up. But like we've said for so long, this is the time of illusion, delusion, and this too shall pass. And we will get to the light. We just got to go through this dark first, but we will be okay. So I wanted to share with you before I go, I have had the poem Desiderata by Max Ehrman has shown up in my life through email, through YouTube, and I had no plan on putting this poem in this video. I was going into my drawer to get a pen. I opened up the drawer. I went to close the drawer, and the drawer wouldn't close. And you know, you're just kind of like, and I realized there's some papers there. I pulled out the paper, and here was the poem. And I just felt like the universe was really giving me this strong feeling that I needed to share this with you, because I try to stick to the tarot readings, and there's so much else I'd love to share with you, whether it's smudging or candles or all the things that I do. I'd love to be able to share all of it with you, but I had a really strong notion to share this poem. And it's a poem that you can find comfort in the hardest of times. It's a poem that I've shared with my boys, because I think it's a poem that if you live your life by it, you can't go wrong. So I wanted to share this because it brings me peace, it brings me some comfort, and I hope it comforts you. And as always, our candle lit for each and every one of us. I wish you the best of everything. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Go placidly among the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of your youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imagings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have the right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations. In this noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy.